Welcome to Kamm Appliances. We believe that the kitchen is the best and most important room in your house. And so at Kamm, we have dozens of live kitchens that you can come in and experience the products before you buy them. We also like to have special guests here that we like them to cook for you. And today, we have my friend, Chef Rosa Galeno. Let's see what she's doing in the kitchen today.
Hi, welcome to Kamm's Appliance. My name is Rosa Galeno, and I'm here today to share some delicious, delicioso foods for you. Good food for you that's simple, uncomplicated, but yet so good and healthy. So onions, who doesn't love onions? It's one of those foods that just, as soon as you start to fry them up with a little bit of oil or butter, everyone runs into the kitchen. And today, it's no exception. Everyone here is looking at what are we gonna make with the onions. And again, we're gonna make a gratin onion, and remember to cut them in chunks, big, thick chunks. We're then going to take some garlic that is simply going to be cut in half, just like so, and put it right in there. We are then going to add some grimaldi. This is my own recipe. It's made with sun-dried tomatoes, garlic, different alums, shallots, scallions, cilantro, basil, parsley. You know, you can boost it with any of your, you can spike it with hot peppers. So it's really a personal story about how you mix the spices, but grimaldi is one of my favorite tools that I use in my kitchen all the time. It's my staple. And this is what we call scraps. These are scraps from when you preserve tomatoes. You're left with the little skins, and what we do is I turn it into a crackling. And again, it's an added tool that you keep in your pantry. You take the skins and we process them, but what I'm using them here today for is for infusion of color and the flavor, because it's infused with hot pepper, paprika, and lots of garlic. And then just a good mix of good olive oil. And you know, my olive oils, you know I like to play with oils. So I do a 50-50, a strong oil and a light oil, and it makes for a better result in any product that you put into oil. Okay, so I'm stirring this. I want to make sure that the onions are covered with the oil, the infusion of flavor. I don't want to miss any of it. And guess what? We're ready to put this in the oven. So before we cook, we're just going to finish dressing our onions. And I want to begin by using this summer basil. And next we're going to add some chili powder, and this adds, it's not really strong, but it just adds a little bit of that orange color that you're seeing in the oil, because it breaks down and just gives it a little bit of color infusion. And we're going to add a little small amount of kosher salt. And next I'm going to use some black pepper, very little, but I just want to make sure that those layers of flavor are in the onions, because they will give out a beautiful flavor. Next I'm going to add some minced garlic. And next, we're going to add a few of the red pepper flakes, just a tiny bit, just for a little kick. And the final ingredient is my 50-50 blend of olive oil. And we're ready to put it onto the dish to bake. It just smells so good. I want to eat it raw, but you know, when it's completed, the gratin onions are just going to come out with that you can just eat it right from the pan, let alone put it on the pizza. We're going to take some gorgonzola cheese, the crumble, and I'm going to put it sparingly on top, because I'm going to do this twice. And you know now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to put this into the oven and watch the magic begin. Yum. This dish is gluten-free. There's been no cross-contamination. We're only using vegetables. We haven't been near any gluten, no flour. So it's for those of us who need to be dietary concerned, you know, the celiacs of the world, this is a gluten-free product that you could put on a crostini or a gluten-free cracker. I mean, there's so much available today with the gluten-free diet. It's no longer a compromise. You know, preserving foods is one of my passions, and you could see here at my pantry that I pulled the passata, which is the heirloom tomatoes that I put through the Foley mill. I made my sauce, and this is 2 quarts. And I've taken the quarts, put them in a container, and here I'm going to be dressing the pizza sauce. And this is my 101 secret, so don't tell anybody. So we're going to begin by adding a little bit of kosher salt. And I eyeball this. And I always cover the top, it seems. That seems to be the recipe. I then add a little bit of ground black pepper. My Old Faithful garlic, minced garlic, ready to go. So I'm not having to open up the clove, dice it. No, it's ready for me to use right from my refrigerator. And my Old Faithful pepper flake. And now I'm going to add, I mean, how do you make pizza without oregano? So this is oregano from, it's a calabrese oregano. There's many oreganos from all over different parts of the world. Toss it a little, and now I'm going to use my oil. Again, going back to the 50-50 blend. And I'm going to go find some fresh basil to add to this, and that's it. See those charred edges? I'm looking for that. I want this to be rustic and old world, and I want that flavor. As the more it cooks, the more flavor is being released by the vegetable. And we're going to mince the basil to add to the pizza sauce. You know, it's so important to use the best ingredients that you can find. I believe that a simple pizza needs a good oil. It needs good salt. It needs a healthy variety of toppings, but you know, you can keep it simple, but when it's the simpler the pizza, the better the quality needs to be. So when I'm using heirloom tomatoes that I preserve, when I'm using a 50-50 blend of oil, and it's glistening because it's telling me a story that it's healthy, it's good, and it's good for you. I'm using fresh minced garlic. Everything is as fresh as I possibly can get it, because pizza really is the simplest food, but I want to tell you a secret. It is my favorite food in the whole world. No matter where I go, where I travel, I have to have pizza. So today I'm not making a gluten-free pizza. I want to make that perfectly clear. But if you wanted or needed to make a gluten-free pizza, you can certainly buy the shell, the dough. You know, it's very available, and you can use the caramelized onions and the sauce on your gluten-free base, but today we're making a regular traditional gluten pizza. I love this pizza dough because it is pliable, and I don't want a hole. Want to see that again? There you go. See those air bubbles? I want those because I want it to kind of poof in the oven. Take some caramelized onions, put them right on. And they're au gratin, so they have a lot of flavor. I want to eat them like right now. They smell so good. And I'm going to take our original pizza out because it's ready. Look at that. And I'm going to turn the other half. So guess what? I'm going to take it out. Okay. And I'm putting the rest of the mozzarella. 3 things you have to remember. The oven has to be preheated between 400 and 450. Let it come to that true temperature, and then use a good dough. Make your dough, buy your dough, and then invest in a heavy-duty aluminum pan. I like aluminum, or a good pizza stone. Let that stone get heated for at least an hour. I want to thank my friends at Kamm Appliance for giving me the opportunity to work with this great wood stone oven. The benefit of this oven is a couple of things. One is the pizza is tremendous. It makes a great pizza product, but it's not just for pizza. You can make a turkey, you can roast chicken, you can roast potatoes, you can roast vegetables. You can bake a cake, okay, in this oven. I've seen it done. I've used it many times. In my very first lesson, when Dave was nice enough to introduce the oven to me to kind of teach me about it, is that he said that the oven works in steps. The front part is for things that are more delicate, and the back of the oven is for things that are much more heartier. So this oven has features just like a traditional oven at home, but it cooks rapidly because of the temperature. And in order to get that crispiness, that wood-burning oven flavor, that texture, the profile, it cooks rapidly. So in less than a minute and a half, your pizza will be done.
Smells good.
Yep, it does, doesn't it?
And
it was so easy to cook in the oven. It was just really easy. So this is the gratin onions with garlic, and it's with gorgonzola. So
you can have that one.
You have that one?
Yeah.
Okay, good, eating that. And then we have the traditional cheese pizza, which is still my favorite. It's my number
Is
one.
this a gorgonzola again?
That's a gorgonzola.
I'll take the traditional.
All right, I'll
Here's
make
to
you one with
Rosa.
no
No, it's
gorgonzola.
I already started eating.
How is it?
It's amazing.
Is it good? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once again, I truly, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank my friends at Kamm Appliance for giving me their space, their beautiful wood stone oven, and for really giving us the opportunity to make delicious pizza. And I hope that you will try my family recipe because it's worth the effort. Call someone to your table, they'll come.
And what do you say at the end when you feed somebody?
Mangia, perché non mangi? Devi mangiare.
Thank you, Rosa.
Thank you.